Okay, so here we are, probably about 7 hours after I tried to do a live stream this morning, and about 327 takes later, I've decided I'm just going to record a video for you and not try a live stream today. I'm not giving up on live stream. I will conquer the technology monster, but for now, I promised you some information on my big aha moment, and I feel like throughout the entire day, even those of you who have tuned in to watch the replays of the several videos, the take 1, the take 2, and take 3 that I put up, really didn't get a good sense of exactly what I was trying to say, because there were more technology problems than information and everything. So I decided to do the good old-fashioned video instead of a live stream, and here we go. So what I mentioned and what I wanted to talk to you about today is an experience that I had with the girls over the past 11 days. And actually it's really over the past month or so, because it all started with a series of trips. We went to Las Vegas for an event of mine. We went to Washington, D.C. and Tennessee for events for Marina. And no sooner than we got back from Tennessee, we had about a day and a half before it was looking very, very likely that Orlando and the surrounding area was going to be evacuated due to Hurricane Matthew. So we were kind of sitting there and looking at the fact that we've got the RV, we're going to have to contend with 2 cats, ourselves, and any of our possessions that were mementos or meaningful. And we decided to kind of get out ahead of the crowd, figuring that it was probably pretty likely that they were going to be evacuating people, and we would be, being in an RV, we would be one of the likely candidates and everything. So we secured down the RV, loaded the cats in the car, barely unpacked the luggage from Tennessee. We've kind of, through these trips, been going from washing the clothes that are in the luggage and putting them back in and hitting the road again. That was pretty much what we did, is we just threw the luggage back in the car and made a quick trip to the pet store to get a big, huge carrier. Not really a carrier, it's a what do they call it, one of those big long crates. It's just basically a crate, but it was a soft side vinyl type thing that would fit in the back of the car. So made sure that the cats are going to be comfy. There's plenty of room for them to stretch out, walk around, have their water, have their food and everything, and threw everything in the car, and we headed out of Florida, not knowing what might happen over the next couple of days to our home or anything like that. But the most important thing is that we had everything that was important with us. Me, the 2 girls, our 2 dear little cats, and as I said, a few little mementos. And I am happy to tell you that as of now, recording this after the fact, everything was fine. We had no problems whatsoever. In fact, the area that we were in, we were very blessed that we got very little rain and very little wind. So thank you. And you know, that was really a great turn of events, and I appreciate everybody who sent their words of encouragement and prayers and good wishes along the way. So anyway, though, as we started this trip that I'm now referring to as the 4,200 miles of aha moments, basically what happened is we started heading north in Florida, and because so many people were evacuating and making plans for potentially evacuating, almost all of the hotels were booked, and we just kept going further and further trying to find something. And you know, with the additional tricky part of having the cats, gave us a whole new appreciation for people who travel with pets in hotels and things like that, because in many instances we were having to look at hotels that quite frankly we would not have normally stayed in. It's like we look for hotels with amenities, of course, of gourmet restaurants and hot tubs and spas and things like this. And in the middle of all of this evacuation, it really came down to the fact that, we could appreciate the phrase any port in the storm, because literally we were at the mercy of whoever would take us. And we were making phone calls while we were on the road driving, trying to find something. The first night we found something in a really not too ideal location, continued to call and moved on to Pensacola, where we did find a really, really nice place. And we figured that what would happen is we were going to spend the next 3 or 4 days there sort of riding out the storm, and then would return to Orlando. Now, in the meantime, though, there was something else that had happened, and Marina got an opportunity to host a red carpet event in New York City for Social Media Magazine launch party. And this was to be on a Monday, and all this evacuation and stuff was going on between Wednesday, Thursday, and everything. And we really weren't so much disappointed or affected one way or another. We were just really kind of focused on the evacuating side of things and the cats and traveling and all of that. But we were still very much aware that this thing was going on Monday that we pretty much thought was a lost cause at that point, and it wasn't something we were going to be able to go to. But then Friday morning, we got word that everything was indeed okay with the RV. The storm had passed our area and was moving on elsewhere, but we were out of the thick of it. And I was sitting there with my coffee, and I just sort of took a deep breath and said, you know what, if we want it bad enough, we can make it happen. So I stood up in the hotel and I went, girls, get out of bed, we're headed to New York City. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I said, our RV is safe, everything's fine, let's go. We can do this, we're gonna make it. So we packed up everything in the hotel that we had just unloaded the night before. The girls are still groggy, looking at me like a crazy mommy as usual. And we did it. We made plans to get to New York City. This was Friday morning. We had to be there by Sunday night, and we did what it took. And truly, that is one of the messages that I want to share with you before I tell you more about the aha moments that I had personally, is the odds were against us getting to DC or to New York City. It was looking very unlikely that it was going to happen. And we weren't crushed, we just kind of go with the flow. But it was still in the back of our minds, and when the opportunity presented itself and we went for it, we knew there were going to be challenges. We knew we were still, literally at this point, we were still traveling with the cats. So we were going to have to get from Pensacola, Florida, through several hotel stays, up to New York City, and to the event in New York City, hoping above hope that the hotel that all of the talent was staying in was going to be pet friendly as well. And it turned out, fortunately, it kind of was. We sort of, well, we won't go there. But anyway, we were able to take the cats into the hotel. But the bottom line is that we had to make a concerted effort to make this happen and to get there. But like so many things in life and in business and things that we do, when we set goals and there's something that we set our sights on, it may not be the most ideal circumstances along the path. It may not be easy. It may be a little bit of a push and pull getting from point A to point B. But when it's important to you and when you want it bad enough, you find a way. You find a way to deal with the hotels. You find a way to get into the places that you're trying to get into. You find that inner strength for me to be able to do a really long, it ended up being an 18-hour drive to get from where we were in Pensacola to where we needed to be, and to make it on time. But we did it. And more importantly, throughout the course of that drive, it gave me an opportunity to really spend some time reflecting. And I love driving. I love long drives because it does just that. It gives me an opportunity to really, really think about what's going on, kind of take stock of my life, what I'm happy with, what I'm not happy with, anything that need to be changed. And I found a few things that I really wanted to make some adjustments on, and they were things that really quickly rose to the surface that are the things that I want to share with you and kind of let you know about what's coming in the future and around a few of the next corners that we're going to take together. I think to categorize it, probably the best way that I could explain it is it's been feeling somewhat empty to me, almost that I'm not fulfilled over the past year or so, because I feel that I've gotten too far away from you, my subscribers, my listeners, the people that follow me on social media. Unless you are a client who is able to get on the phone with me at any given moment, or if you've had the opportunity for coaching at any of the workshops that I do, or any of the events that I speak at, or any of those types of things, you really don't get that much access to me, and that's been troubling me. And I hadn't really realized that it was troubling me. It's just that it was sort of below the surface, and until I took this long drive and was really able to process all of these things, I realized that I don't feel like I'm giving you my all. I don't feel like you are getting the best of me. You're certainly getting some wonderful motivation and inspiration. If you're on my email list, you're definitely getting communication from me through the email list, but it's not the kind of communication that I really feel is exemplifying what's in my heart and what I have been given to give to you. And so that's really what this is all about. It's what the live stream earlier today was supposed to be about, because I just wanted to jump on and tell you this and interact with you and, you know, get your comments and respond to them, and we're going to fix it. We're going to figure out a way to take care of that. But really, whatever platform I decide to use, however it manifests and works out from that standpoint, is really neither here nor there. The most important thing is that this is something during that 4,200 miles, I really started taking a look at everything that I want to do and share with you that I haven't been in a position to do in a long time, and not really maybe making use of technology enough, and not reaching out to you and finding ways to communicate these things and to allow for more interaction and allow for more opportunity for you to be able to let me know what challenges you're having, and for me to utilize the gifts that I've been given in helping you overcome those challenges. So that pretty much characterizes some of the biggest aha moments that I had on the trip. There's a lot more wheels turning type of things that have been going on in terms of how I can reach out to you, and how I can create processes and programs and put things in place that will allow us to communicate better and allow more for two-way interaction and communication. But really the bottom line is me making changes in my business that don't really change the nature of what I do. And it isn't that I don't love what I do. In fact, I wake up every morning and can hardly wait to do what I do for a living, but I want to do more. And I'm going to be reaching, and I'm going to be funneling new information to you in new ways that you and I can really connect and allow me an opportunity to take this journey with you to live and fulfill the life of your dreams, because that's exactly what I'm doing throughout this entire trip. To be able to be in a position to be sitting in Pensacola on a Friday morning and go, No, we're going to do it. We're going to get to New York City. Come on, let's go. To be able to have the resources to do that, to be able to have the wherewithal and the fortitude to do that, and to capitalize on those opportunities. I can't tell you what that means to me to be able to do that for my daughters and where I am at this point in time in my life and my career. And likewise, whatever those things are for you that are the life of your dreams, that represent those dreams and represent what's so important to you, I want you to be able to capitalize on that. And even if you have a rough road or a rocky road or challenges, I want to be here to help you with that and do that with you together. And the other thing that you're going to find, and for some of you who've known me for a long time, it kind of will and it kind of won't surprise you, but kind of get ready for a little bit more raw Stephanie. If you've ever had a conversation with me one-on-one, you know I'm very outspoken, you know I shoot from the hip, I don't really hold back, but when it comes to anything I ever put out online, I typically have always been a little bit more reserved and not letting that come through, not letting the opinionated side of me emerge as much, maybe being a little bit more even keel and politically correct or social media correct. And it's kind of time to take off the gloves. I have a lot of strong opinions on things that go on in the online space and things that go on with people who are purporting to help you live the life of your dreams or to teach you how to build a business or to help you in personal growth situations and resolve limiting beliefs and things like that. And I have some really powerful words and powerful messages to share with you, and my authenticity is going to really come through when it comes to these things, maybe much more so than it has in the past. Not so much for people who, again, that are used to talking to me one-on-one, because they know that if I'm passionate about something, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to go, no, and that's not what you should do, and the reason is, and this is the way that you should approach it, and all of that and everything. But I realize again, during my 4,200 mile epiphany, that what I put in writing and emails, or what I put out there in videos that I've done online previously, I've kind of tamed it down a little bit. And so my promise to you is that I'm not going to do that anymore. You're going to get the real, raw, and unedited side of Stephanie, and it's all because I am incredibly passionate about helping you live the life of your dreams, walking that path with you, helping you along the journey. And I'm really, really excited at the prospects of what's going on and the opportunity that I feel is the next step in my journey and the next level that I'm going to be raising the bar of my passion and my gifts and what I want to share with you. So I am excited if you're watching this video, because it means that you're committed to taking the journey and allowing me the honor and the privilege of making a difference in your life. And I look forward to bringing you more of that to come. So thank you so much for listening. Please be sure and subscribe so that you get notifications every time I post a new video here. And if you like what you've heard me say and it makes you excited and you're all in, please hit the thumbs up and let me know that you like it. And until the next time, keep reaching for your dreams.